Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Your hair looks fine.
Why you say it like that?
Your hair looks fine.
It looks great.
Y'all do too much.
I wanted you to come in with the natural.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I am. But sometimes the curl don't be curling like it should curl. So yeah.
Okay.
I gotta perfect that before I put it on BET. Y'all know.
That makes sense.
The juices and berries.
All right. Well, morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. That voice that you hear, of course, is Jess Hilarious. She's back.
Hey, y'all.
And let's get in some front page news. Now, we got to congratulate. First, we got Teslin Figaro here. Good morning, Tez.
Hey, Tez. Good morning, DJ Ivy. Good morning, Jess. I'm glad to see you again. It's about time.
Yes, it's about time. I miss you, girl.
I miss you too, honey. Good morning, Charlamagne, the guy.
Peace, Tez.
Yeah, we got to congratulate Sha'Carri Richardson. She makes history winning the World Athletics 100-meter goal. So congratulations to her.
Good for that, sister. Prime example of why you have to allow people to go through their process, man.
Yes.
Because along the way, mistakes will be made, setbacks will happen, but oftentimes all that's part of a greater divine plan. So drop on the clues bombs for Sha'Carri Richardson.
Absolutely.
I'm an example of what's for you is for you as well. She said she was always a champion. I said, I know that's right.
That's right.
All she did was smoke a little weed.
That's it.
Yeah.
Talk a little trash, but that's
But
it.
I guess you can, when I guess they got rules and regulations when you an athlete of that caliber, but
Yes.
still.
But she's back. Now let's jump right into it. Let's talk Donald Trump.
Yeah, cash bond for the first time in the Fulton County criminal case. Trump has to pay a cash bond. Let's listen to the report and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Former President Trump announced on social media tonight, "I'll be going to Atlanta on Thursday to turn himself in for processing at Fulton County Jail." This came after his legal team reached a bond agreement with District Attorney Fani Willis, which sets strict rules for Trump's release on bond after his surrender, saying he shall make no direct or indirect threat against any co-defendant or witness. Several of Trump's 18 co-defendants also agreed to bond terms today, including his former lawyer John Eastman, one of the alleged architects of the plan to overturn the 2020 election. Despite 4 indictments and 91 charges against him, Trump's lead over his GOP rivals continues to grow.
I don't know what they're giving Trump rules and regulations for, like he's going to abide by any of them.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused with the $20,000 bond. Well,
$200,000.
But where's Trump going to go? Where's he going? Usually they do a bond so they know you come back to court, so they know you're not going to leave the money. But where is he going to go? The feds is the one that follow him and protect him, right?
I think she's trying to prove a point, that we're going to run you through the system, like we do everybody else. You have to pay a bond. They said he'll be fingerprinted and mugshot. We're going to see if that actually happens. So I think Ms. Willis is proving a point that welcome to the ATL. We're going to do you just like Charlamagne said, young thug, old thug, middle thug, all the same. So I think this is a point, that she's proven. Would you agree?
I'll believe it when I see it. I got to see old thug with a mugshot first. If I see old thug with a mugshot, if I see old thug get fingerprinted, then I'll be like, okay, Fannie Mae holding it down, but I got to see it to believe it.
I can't see him taking a mugshot.
I don't see it.
I don't see that.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then these online threats, they're becoming more and more serious. I covered earlier this week the woman that in Texas, that made some threats towards the judge. And then yesterday, a woman in Chicago threatened to kill Trump and his son. So I think they're going to start looking at these threats, and him, making comments about the DA online. He did it with the judge. It's going to be interesting to see that if he makes another comment on social media, if she's going to detain him, because this new agreement says that, hey, you go playing on Twitter or social media if you want to. We're going to lock you up. So that's going to be something I would pay attention to as well.
If she makes him get a mugshot, then I believe she'll uphold that too. I believe that if he does breach those agreements and he does threaten witnesses, prosecutors and judges, I believe Fannie Mae will lock him up. Is her name really Fannie Mae? Or we just be saying Fannie Mae?
No, that's the student loan.
Yeah, I was wondering why he's calling her Fannie Mae.
You didn't know that?
She just sounds like a Fannie Mae. You don't just call somebody Fannie Willis when you're from the South. It's Fannie Mae. It's a Mae to it. Fannie Mae don't play.
Okay. All right. Well, that is front page news. Teslin, we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. And Jess Hilarious is here. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess Hilarious is here.
I am.
And let's get in some front page news. What up, Tez?
What's going on, DJ Envy? What's going on, Queen Jess? Back in the building.
Hey, girl.
So glad to see you, Charlamagne the God.
Teslin Figaro, what's happening?
Let's jump right into it. Biden, he was out in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, after much criticism for taking a minute to get there, it was about 5 days before he was actually able to touch down in Maui. Let's listen to the report.
President Biden surveyed the destruction in Lahaina from the air and ground, promising the federal government will be there to help rebuild. But nearly 2 weeks after fires wiped out most of the town, 850 people are still missing.
Wow. That's so sad.
Yeah. Now, the White House, well, we talked about this earlier this week, they did approve a one-time payment of $700 per household. You got to make that stretch to get clothing, food, and transportation for $700. Obviously, that's not enough. But FEMA says they have invested $1.6 million in rental assistance. But do you think, guys, obviously that $700 is not enough? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, that's definitely not enough. And it's I mean, it has to be disheartening for anybody out in Hawaii that is going through this, because you look at like how much money they send to Ukraine and how much money they send to all these other nations when they're in trouble. But now when we're in trouble, they're saying $700 is supposed to last.
Yeah, I wonder, do people even care about the president coming? Like, do you really need him boots on the ground, or would you rather just have more resources?
Send the money.
You know? I would rather have more resources personally. And y'all got mad at SZA because SZA gave $2,500 and all your president gave was a little funky ass $700.
Yeah, and then want to get over there talking about stuff that don't even make sense. He gonna walk up to them and ask them anything. They don't even be saying.
You probably ain't know he was in Hawaii. I'm serious. You probably had no idea he was in Maui.
Wow.
Now let's talk about the Kansas police now.
Yeah, now this is crazy. So a small newspaper, I don't know if you guys heard this, was raided. Officials with the Marion Police Department confiscated computers and cell phones from the publisher and the staff of Marion County Record. Kansas state authorities confirmed that they have also been involved in a criminal probe of the newspaper over allegations that it illegally obtained personal information about a local business owner. Now, this raid has been condemned by the Press Freedom Watchdog as a blatant violation of the U.S. Constitution's protection for a free press. So the bottom line is, guys, they just ran up in the newspaper and said, hey, we don't like, the stuff that you guys are covering, and started confiscating their cell phones and computers.
Wow. Does the newspaper believe their office was raided?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said that Eric Meyer actually said that he believes that the coverage of local politics is the reason why the police chief is giving them a hard time. Now, some residents say that their aggressive coverage is causing people to leave the town, which is obviously, why they think they're getting raided. But the newspaper attorney, Bernie Rhodes, said that these are Hitler tactics. Dang. He said, quote, I can assure you that the Record will take every step to obtain relief for damages for your heavy-handed actions, which have caused my clients. So just imagine if they just run up in there, not giving nobody no suggestions, and just started taking our cell phones and confiscating all of our stuff just because how we feel about politics. That's why I thought this story was pretty important. Yeah. Because it's scary, actually.
No, it is scary. It's scary when stuff like that happens to reputable media outlets. But if it happened to a couple of YouTubers and bloggers, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't be mad.
Right.
I'd be fine with
especially
it.
Here in the States.
Yeah, why hasn't it happened? How the newspaper get raided, but certain people still get to make up stuff about people and
trying
just
to tell
keep
you.
going.
That's facts.
Dang.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Teslin.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Make sure you subscribe to Teslin Figaro's podcast, the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast, on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network, and follow Teslin Figaro on all social media platforms at Teslin Figaro.
All right. Now, when we come back, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Ladies, do you agree with Glorilla? Be toxic in your 20s. Are you toxic? Were you toxic in your 20s? Let's discuss. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.